the three.
Kevin, thank you.
He is indeed, D.A. Thank you. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. And for the Pelicans, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Lonzo Ball out there at Bledsoe. And it's Adams in at the 5. Now here's Morant. And tonight, a look at perhaps the future of the league, but it takes time, as you know, Steve, to build that.
You're right, Kevin. You got to start somewhere. A lot of these players still with their whole careers ahead of them. A lot of time to grow, but I love what I'm seeing.
Ball with it, guarded now by Jackson. And the rejection by Jackson. There's 1:26 left here in the opening quarter. Bledsoe for 3. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And, of course, Jaren Jackson Sr. played in the NBA for over a decade.
And, yes, Jaren Jackson Jr., he talks about watching his dad, learning what it takes to be a professional in this league. That prepared Jackson Jr. to make an impact early on. The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
Adams trying to free himself up. Up and in with the jumper near the hoop.
Effort play, pursuing the basketball. Love how he puts in the work.
Morant against Ball. Outside Jackson. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Valanciunas, good.
Almost every move Valanciunas makes, there's going to be some contact. He just plays through it.
Ball kicks to Williamson. Here's Ingram. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws of this one.
Ingram. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
The key player involved in the Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram, was considered a cornerstone for the Lakers. But things change fast in this league. Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Down low. Here's Valanciunas. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Outstanding focus by Valanciunas on the shot. He is just a big, strong player who brushes off opposing defenders.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Memphis out in front, leading by 5. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
We've got Hernan Gomez. He's out there with Hart. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
And the pass to Valanciunas. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Pelicans trail by 5. Defended by Jones. Here's Hernan Gomez. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hernan Gomez has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Pelicans. And so Allen will bring it up for the Grizzlies. And we've played through the first minute here in the second.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Defended by Jones. Pass to Hernan Gomez. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, he's got that long wingspan. You saw it right there on that play.
Outside, Jones. Allen surveying the D. Just 5 on the clock. A floater, and it's good on the layup. Allen's got the lead up to 5 now for the Grizzlies.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
At the top of the key, Hernan Gomez. Passes it to Alexander Walker. And the 3 off target. Bain. And he banks in the layup.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And so it's Memphis, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, Kent. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. And that...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. It's been quite a game for Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
Kicking off the second half, here's Taylor Jenkins' 5. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot.
And Ingram just made a great all-around progress last season. But the one thing that really stood out, the improvement he made from the free throw line.
It was a big leap and an important one. Reason why? Because he was his team's guy that they depended on at the end of games. And we saw him close out a number of those games at the charity stripe.
Pelicans trail by 6. Pass to Adams. Ingram outside. And he comes up with the deuce. Ingram's got 9.
This is just a case of Brandon Ingram getting stronger and more able to play through contact.
Ball against Morant. And it's in there. He has 6.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Morant against Ball. Bledsoe outside. With the fadeaway. Shot is good, and the Memphis lead's cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Williamson.
Great recognition of the defense. Zion took what the offense gave him and knocked it down.
Here's Morant. And Anderson kicks to Valanciunas. That one goes in. And that's now 9 points for Valanciunas.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Ingram against Anderson. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Yes, that goes in. Bledsoe's got his first points in this one. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Grizzlies lead by 4. And do not go. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Hart is out there with Ball, and it's Adams in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Hart, defended by Allen. Here's Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
Nice to see Williams spot the open man. He has awareness and ability as a passer.
Brooks outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And you know, this team, they're still learning how to use Dylan Brooks. He's a little bit of a tweener in terms of size and athleticism.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Now Ingram. Ingram drawing the double team. Adams outside. Jackson against Ball. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Jaren Jackson.
This is what you want to see more of from Lonzo, being more aggressive with his own offense and drawing fouls.
Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
An unselfish young guard. Lonzo Ball takes pride, in my opinion, of success of others. Probably why his teammates love playing with him.
Valanciunas is checked in for Dylan Brooks.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Jackson looking it over. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
Had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Eric Bledsoe is checked in for New Orleans. And Memphis also making a switch. Morant's checked in. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They trail by 4. 52 seconds left in the game. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Jonas Valanciunas.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
During the timeout, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. See if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
Valanciunas has made so many strides as a scorer since he started in the NBA.
Ingram outside. No good off the back of the rim. And they go to the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
You know, in most NBA drafts, Ja Morant would have gone #1 overall, but not in a draft with Zion, at least not at the time.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Guys, what do you think?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I just think they have to focus on the moment. Don't worry about the score. Worry about executing the next play.
Over to the wing, and here's Marshall from the arc. The shot, no good. Melton feeling it out a bit. And so the Grizzlies take the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in